Hey everyone, I just wanted to leave a quick note on the front of this video that stay tuned until the very end because at the very end of this playthrough that you're currently watching, I wanted to go over some strategies I figured out in a subsequent playthrough that I did that I didn't film. I wish I would have filmed it, but anyways, I wanted to talk about some strategies I discovered. So if you want to learn more, stay tuned until the very end of this video after the run through is completed. Alright, so back to gameplay part 3. Okay everyone, welcome back for gameplay part 3, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. No long introduction or explanations. This is where we left off last time, so here's the current state of affairs. Here's the board out here, and if you remember, we revealed a temple last time, and I'm gonna take this disc back because that enemy is no longer a thing right now. So let's go ahead and get started. My turn is up, so let's think about what we want to do. And I've been kind of eyeing these cards, and as you know, if an event card gets drawn that is an assassination, these two guys are going to be gone. And if you look at what they can do, these two guys are probably two cards I should try to get. So this one says take 1 iron, 1 coal, and 2 gold from the supply. So it comes with gold and everything. So I like that one. For one time I can get this guy and get all those resources. And then you have Timothy Brassey here. Build 2 rail without expending time. You must spend 1 coal and 1 iron. So if you look at my player board right now, I don't have any coal. I just have iron. And also too, up here, we haven't broke through this line of old ones that are kind of holding us back from getting into these farther out areas. And this temple is going to be a problem because there are events in the deck that could spawn some powerful monsters at these temples. So I need to take this temple down probably soon. So I think my primary target would be this. Without further ado, I think I'm just going to put my action cube on this to take a personality card. And I'm going to take Rory McDory. I'm going to take this guy, and I can use him anytime I want. So I'm going to go ahead and use this card right now to take 1 iron, 1 coal, and 2 gold. So 1 iron, 1 coal, and 2 gold. Let me put those over here. And I'm going to flip this over. He does get removed from the game, but I'm just going to flip him over down here. So he is no longer around. Okay, so now that I've done that, I need to pay the cost for what I just did there. So let's pay the cost. And now I get to go again. And now that we have some gold, I hate to spend it on this, but I really would like to attack this temple. Because if I can get this temple removed, maybe I could build some rail through here and get around this and start pushing back here. So let's go ahead and spend the 1 gold. Move this over here. And I'm going to put this here. And what forces am I going to commit to this battle? Well, let's look at temples. Infantry are good against temples. Armored cars or trains don't do anything against them. Artillery is good and airships are average. So I'm going to take my infantry, my 2 artillery, and my airship. And that's going to cost me 2 time. So let's go back up here. And now I'm going to reset this camera. 1, 2. Okay, so 2 time. And let's start drawing cards. Alright. First card. Temple. Okay, we did 2 damage to the temple. And just so you know, Colonel Kaori, we could inflict 1 damage as well. So that's 3 damage already onto this temple that we're going to put. Alright, let's get it out there. That's 3 damage. And the temple does 1 damage to our forces. So I'm going to assign that to my infantry unit. And I'm not going to withdraw, so let's draw another card. And another damage gets assigned to our forces. I'm going to put it on my artillery unit. So I think I'm going to continue with this battle. So let's go ahead. And no damage from us, but we have to lose a sanity token. I should be zooming these in. Sorry about that. Alright, so this sanity token is gone. I'm hanging in there, hoping for the best here. Ah, another damage. Wow, this temple is really hurting us now. I think I'm going to put it on this infantry, and we have lost our infantry unit. So he goes back to the supply. And at this time, I might want to consider withdrawing because I hate to lose one of my artillery units. All right, what the heck? I'm gonna draw another card. I'm gonna hang in. And one more sanity gone. I mean, what's the fun if we're not gonna hang in, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna draw another card, and another damage is assigned to our forces, and now we have lost one of our artillery units, which really hurts. That is bad. But since we hung in this long, I'm gonna keep going. If I take one more damage, I'm gonna have to withdraw. So let's go ahead and flip. And my infantry's gone, and we've taken another damage, and we're out of sanity. So if I have to take another sanity, then we are in trouble. So that's it. I think I'm going to withdraw from there. That was a rough battle. We did 3 damage to the temple, but boy, we took some significant losses trying to break that temple. So I'm going to go ahead and withdraw my forces here. And by withdrawing, I can remove that damage, and these 2 units come home. So our military forces are sort of dwindling a little bit. But we had to try. We had to try to take that temple down. It was fun, at least. So now it's the old one's turn. So let's go ahead and move their disc. There's no event this time, and there's no face-up old ones that can move. So we're going to move their disc again. And we're going to have to draw an event card this time. Oh, boy. Here goes. Ooh, no event. We got lucky there. At least there's some good news. All right, and they get to go again. And nothing's going to happen because there's no event and no face-up old ones that can potentially move. So now it's back to us, and boy, that really hurt. Losing those units, and I only have 1 gold right now. So I think I need to focus on what I can do to start making some gold. We could build some farms. Yeah, I don't have any rail that is in the corn farm area, so I can't build corn farms right now. Yeah, I could actually only build 1 sheep farm. It would give us 1 gold. But it would only cost us 1 time. So I can't do any mining because there's nothing to mine right now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and create a sheep farm. I'm gonna put it right here. And that's gonna cost us 1 time. So then I get 1 gold from the supply. So now I have 2 gold. And then I'm gonna spend 1 more time to build or recruit a military unit. And I'm gonna get 2 infantry. So I'm gonna pay those 2 right back to the bank. And let's go ahead and put these guys on our barracks. I could have drew 2 at once there. And that cost me 1 time. So it's back to the old ones. And the old ones are gonna go and draw an event. Okay, let's hold up just a second. I forgot to draw a card earlier when I took that personality card. So let's go ahead and fix that right now. And we got Professor Guion. Reduce time point cost for attacking by 1 to a minimum of 1 time point. So that's kind of nice, a persistent effect where we can attack for 1 last time. So we might consider that. But back to the old one's turn. I just interrupted that because I noticed that I hadn't drawn a new card there. So back to the old one's turn, and I was gonna draw an event for them. So let's go ahead. Oops. Let's draw that one event and reveal the old one in the lowest numbered hex. Okay, this could be bad. And the lowest numbered hex currently is 18. And it's a Shogoth. Woo! And it's a pretty strong one. 5, 5. He's worth 5 though, so we have infantry, which are poor against him. Armored car is poor. We don't have the train. We have artillery, but only 1, and our airship. So this will be interesting to see what happens with that when we get to battle him. So let's go back to the time track really quick. So that was the old one's turn. Oh, and I almost forgot, it's step 3 of the old one's turn. So we need to draw 2 old one cards for movement because now we have a face up old one. All right, so he moves twice. Once for this card and once for this card. So he will move here and blight our farm that we just built, unfortunately. So that hurts. And now we have a Shogoth on our rail facing us down here, and he's headed straight for our port. So we are in trouble here. So I'll put those there. And now we have to make a new deck. Let me shuffle. So we had to reset the old one deck. So they get to go again, unfortunately. So we're kind of in trouble here. So let's go ahead and move that up. No event, but they're gonna move. So we have a face-up old one. And he moves twice again. How unfortunate. Oh, we just got destroyed here. So he's gonna move here and blight that farm, and then he's gonna move here and blight that farm. We just lost all our farms in one fell swoop. Woo! I knew it was gonna get bad. Alright, well, that did not go well. It's back to us. So, wow. Unfortunately, looking at this, I think I'm gonna have to... Well, you know, on the next turn, he's gonna come to my port, and I'm gonna have to fight him there, but gosh, maybe I should weaken him before he gets to our thing. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is refresh my cubes for 1 time. Move that there. And I'm gonna put all these back into the HQ. And now I am going to have to attack, unfortunately. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna commit my infantry, because I have 2, my artillery, and my airship. Alternatively, I could trade out my infantry for this armored car, but I hate to lose that armored car. So let's go with this first and see how this battle goes. If we can't defeat him here, he will probably attack our port on the next turn. So let me get my sanity tokens back, because we're going to need those. So let's go ahead and pay the 2 time. 1, 2. And I'm going to reset this camera. All right, let's go ahead and attack this old one. So I'm gonna draw a card. First card up. And nothing happens. Next card. He does 1 point of damage. I'm gonna assign it to my infantry. Next card up. Oh, right. Artillery. Finally. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 damage on him. And I almost forgot. I have Colonel Kaori who could also put 1 damage. So let's go ahead and put 1 damage on him for her. And now I'm going to draw another card. Alright, so this is bad. Bad, good and bad. No armored car. We do have an infantry unit, so I'll put 1 there. He will do 1 point of damage to my airship and 1 point of damage to our general forces here. So I'll put that on my airship and put that there. Gosh, we're in danger of losing the airship here. So I think what I'm going to do before I draw the next card, I'm going to withdraw just my airship, because you can do that. Airships may withdraw independently. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that back home, because I don't know how much damage that airship's actually going to be able to help us with. So let's draw the next card. We only need 1 more point of damage. Nothing there. Alright, I'm hanging into the battle. Ah, and my airship would have ended this battle, but I retreated with that, so oh well. And 1 sanity token gone. So let me go for the next card. Oh boy. Man, this guy really hurt us. Okay, so my artillery does win the battle for us. However, he does 2 damage to our forces, so I'm going to have to put 1 here, which would eliminate him. So that would happen. But then I still have to assign 1 more point of damage, and I would assign it here. So that's how I'm going to play that. Otherwise, I'm going to lose this here, and I don't want to do that. So luckily, I had another infantry unit underneath this one to soak up that 1 damage, so I didn't lose my artillery unit here. Alright, so let's clean up. He goes back here. All damage is removed. Oops. And our forces are pretty low again already. But we did defeat this. And I'm going to put it down here. And put it here in our portfolio. Lots of cleanup. Okay, everything's all cleaned up. Now we have to do the old one's turn. So they're going to move 1 space forward. It's an illuminated spot, so we're going to have to draw one of these. Let's check it out. Okay, it says draw and place a level 3 old one tile face up on each temple revealed. So if we go out to the board here, there's only 1 temple revealed, so we're going to draw one of these level 3 old ones, flip it over. And it's a zombie. Not worth too many points, but he's a very, sort of strong enemy. I don't know if he's very strong, but he's strong for a zombie. Let's say that. So let's go on with the turn. We have to now draw 2 cards for movement. So let's take a look. The first one is, he moves. And the second one is he moves. So he's going to move 2. Let's see, 1, 2. So he's here already. So that's their first turn. Now they're going to get to go again. And we're just going to draw movement cards this time because there's no event. And the zombie does not move here. And does not move here. Okay. So let's put those away. Sometimes it does that. All right, there we go. And they're going to get to go again. So let's move their disc. And this time there's an event. So let's draw the next event card. It is reveal the old one in the lowest numbered hex and draw 6 cards for its movement. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Looking at the board here, the lowest numbered hex is 19, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, okay, it's another temple. So we don't draw the 6 movement cards because temples can't move. So if this was a monster, we would draw the 6 movement cards, do all that, then we still have to draw for the final step 2 more cards for the movement of all face-up old ones. So we're going to do that right now. And the zombie moves, and the zombie moves. Okay, so he's going to move 1 and 2. So he's almost to our port. Our farms are already blighted, so he's not really messing us up there. And that is the end of their turn. So now it's my turn, or our turn. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look here. I've been looking at these cards out here, and I think I would like to take this card here because we could, for one time, I could grab this card and use it right away to build some track because I think we really need to push further out into the outback. I know there's some phosphate and stuff out there. At this point, since we were so devastated by the last couple of battles, uh, and we didn't get that temple destroyed and some other things, it really cost us. So I'm going to do my best to make the best of it and see how many points we can score. It's all about points at this point, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and spend this action here. We're going to move this up 1 for 1 time. And we're going to take this card right here. I'm going to move these over. Oops. I'm going to move these over. Let's draw another card. And what did we get? Boris Krub. Your armored train units can take 4 damage before they are eliminated. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm actually gonna use this right now. So we're gonna build 2 rail without expending any time. You must still expend 1 coal and 1 iron. So I'm gonna flip him over because he will be removed from the game. I just so happen to have 1 coal left and some iron. And I'm gonna go ahead and build those 2 track out here. And we're not going to spend any time to do it, so I'm going to build it here, and I'm going to build it here. And I think now is a good time to probably, let's think about this. I could mine for some more resources because I'd like to build some more track if possible, if we have any time left here. I also would like to get this particular card. Hopefully she doesn't get assassinated. I'd like to get this card so that I could renew a couple of our farms. That would be nice, because those are worth victory points at the end of the game. So let's think about this for just a second. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead with my mining. Let's go for that 1 time. So 1 time spent. And now we're going to go out here, and I think I'm going to mine this right here because we do have plenty of iron. So let's go ahead and get this into our warehouse down here. And that would be the end of our turn. So now it's back to the old ones. They're going to move their disc forward. And there's no event that we have to draw, but this zombie gets to move. So let's see if he moves. And he does not. So no movement here. No movement here. We sort of got lucky there because he will be attacking our port any time. Any time here. So, all right. They get another turn. So we're going to move the disc. And now this time there is an event. So I'm going to go ahead and draw an event. Reveal the old one in the lowest numbered hex and draw 6 cards for movement. Okay. Let's go back out to the board, and the lowest number is number 20. And we will have to draw 6 cards for movement. So let's go ahead and take all those cards. And I'm just going to drop them right here. Let me go ahead and highlight all those. All right. And there is absolutely no movement by this zombie. If you look at all these cards, none of them have the circle behind them. So we got lucky with that. Alrighty, so no movement happened there. However, we will have to draw 2 cards for movement right now. And no movement. Like I said earlier, different enemies have different moving rates and stuff. So zombies move slow, which is what zombies do. So we got lucky with absolutely no movement from those zombies. But sooner or later, we're going to have to take this guy down. Alright, so it's back to us. And looking at this, I don't have any gold, because I've already used an attack action and I would like to attack him, but I don't have any gold to be able to spend for that. I could do, actually I could build a farm here. That might be helpful. I could do that, or I could import export, which would probably get me more gold. And considering how close we are to the end of the game, I don't think we're going to be able to use all of these resources anyways. Also, too, I would like to recruit this card right here, Jenny Appleseed, to help us at the end of the game here. So let me think about this for just a second. Okay, it is our turn, so I thought about it. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 time to export. Let's see. I'm going to export 1 of each of these, because you get to do it twice, and I'm going to get 2 gold. So I got, oops, I grabbed 3. So I got 2 gold down in my warehouse here, and that's going to cost me 1 time. And then for my next action, I think I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 gold to go ahead, to go ahead and attack again. And I think I really want to attack this temple because it's worth 3, but this guy's knocking on our door here, so I'm going to go ahead and attack that zombie. Let's look at our forces here. The armored car, I'm definitely going to bring that. So that's 1 time. The airship for sure. That's 2 time. Or no, actually no, that doesn't cost any time. I think I'll also bring... Let's see, poor. Okay, let's go with the infantry unit. So I'm going to spend 2 time all total. So that's going to be 1, 2 to attack this zombie right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the first card. And the zombie, okay, my airship actually kicks in. So I was able to put 1 damage on this zombie with my airship. And if you recall, we have Colonel Kaori. She can do 1 damage for us right now. And Lieutenant Singh, since we brought our armored car, will automatically do a damage. So that's 2 more before I forget. Oops. Put that back over there. So he's got 3 damage on him already. So I'm going to pull another card here. No damage on either side. Alright, I'm going to pull another card. Alright, so he does 1 damage to us and 1 sanity, so I'll put it here. And, oh, actually, all 3 of these were supposed to be here from the start of this battle, so there you go. I'm hanging in, so let's draw another card and another point of damage. I'm going to have to put it on my armored car and a sanity token if you look. Sanity token gone. Alright, let's draw another card. And my infantry hit for 1. So 1 more point of damage if we can get it. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Oh, another point of damage. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put it on my infantry unit here, and we're also gonna lose another sanity. So this infantry unit has been destroyed. We lost our infantry. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull one more card because we really need to defeat this guy. And my armored card kicked in. However, we're gonna lose our armored car, unfortunately. So the armored car does 1 point of damage, but we have to assign another point, and I can't assign it to my airship, so it has to be assigned here. And actually, we were defeated because, well, we defeated him and he defeated us at the same time. This is an example of how that could happen. So it's calling for a sanity token, which we cannot give. So we defeated him and he defeated us at the same time. So what happens here is we're going to lose this armored car, but our airship survived. So our military is pretty much done for. And that would be the end of that battle. Let me go ahead and collect this card here, or this old one. Let's put him with the rest. And that's going to be the end of the battle. So let me clean up these cards. And now the old one's good to go. So we're going to move it up. There is one face-up old one out there. So let's go ahead and draw 2 cards for him. No event card this time. That zombie does not move. So let's go ahead and put these back. Okay, so they're going to get to go ahead and go again. I'm going to put this here. And it's an event, so we have to draw an event card. Reveal the old one in the lowest numbered hex and draw 6 for a movement. So let's go out back out to the board. The lowest number is 22 out here. And it's another zombie, except this one isn't worth any victory points, but he's really weak. Alright, well, we have to draw movement cards for the final step. And 1 movement, so they are going to move. So I'm just going to go ahead and move them 1 step closer. I could do, for him, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go ahead and look at the movement card. So he's going to go right. So he's actually going to go here. So that's how you determine where they go. So that's the end of the old one's turn there. So they get to go again. And let me clean these cards up. I'm moving a little bit faster now. We have to draw 2 for movement because there's no event. And they move twice. Okay, so let's go ahead and orientate like this. So the first movement would be left. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. So then the next movement is going to be right. And in fact, none of this actually really matters, but I'm just kind of going through the motions of doing that. And this one I'm just going to move straight ahead too. So they are moving towards our base here. Towards our port, I should say. So now it is back to us. And we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 time or so left. So this is going to be tricky. I really would like to get this card here, but these guys are moving in on our farms. Now I could turn that I could turn this card in. It says one-time use. I could use it anytime I want. So I could do that right at the end of the game to collect those points for the farms. So let's go ahead and I want to say it's time to refresh for one time. So I'm going to go ahead and spend one time and refresh my cubes because we can't really attack right now unless we want to spend gold, but I don't have enough gold to spend. So I did my refresh. Now it might be a good idea to attack him. Okay, so we went ahead and refreshed, but for my second action, I think I'm going to spend one time to grab a personality card. And I really want this one because she's actually going to be worth 4 victory points at the end of the game simply because I can turn over 2 blighted farms. And let's draw another card, and we got Count Jago. Start each combat with 4 sanity tokens. So that's the card that gives you that 4th sanity token there. So I'm going to bring her over, and I'm not going to use it just yet because we have zombies in our midst, and I don't want to turn these farms over for them to come right in and just take them right back. So I'm going to wait on that. I need to pay the cost for the time that we spent to recruit that personality card. And the old ones are going to get to go. So move this forward. There's going to be an event card. And of course, it's an assassination. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Yeah, so I made the right decision there. Fortunately for us, we were able to get that personality card before that happened. So these 2 cards are going to go away. And we're going to draw 2 new ones. I knew that was coming soon. I had a feeling. Let's move on to the next part here. We need to draw 2 movement cards. And no movement from the zombies, thankfully. That's good news. Finally, some good news here. Alright, let me flip this over and shuffle. And the old ones get to go again. So this time we're just going to draw movement cards. And no movement again from those zombies. Boy, they weren't lying when they said they were slow movers. Let's go ahead and put that over there. And now it is back to us. Spend one time to recruit a military. So I move that up 1. And I only have 1 gold. And I'm going to buy 1 infantry unit. So hopefully it's just enough to ward off those zombies there. For my next action, I think after recruiting that military unit, I'm going to let these zombies head on towards our port here and battle them when they show up instead of being more aggressive. Because when I look at the board here, I could get 3 victory points and a gold if I can get that phosphate. And I'm trying to make as many points as possible here towards the end, but I can tell you already that I'm probably not going to win this game, but I'm just trying to make the best of it and get the most points possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 here, let's see, or put that cube here and spend 2 time. And I have to get rid of 1 and 1 here. Oops, I missed it. And let's build these 2 track. All right. And I'm going to build here to get to that phosphate and probably just here. It's not going to really matter because we're not going to have enough time to do much with it. So I went ahead and built those track right there. All right, so now that that's over, the zombies, or sorry, the old ones get to go. So I'm going to go ahead and move the time up by 1. They're going to draw the last event card. Let's just flip it over. Draw and place a level 3 old one tile face up on each temple. So that's going to be bad. And this is why, like, I just don't think we're going to be able to win. Because every old one out here is going to get points for them. And there's no way we have time to attack them. So that is that. And now I'm going to draw 2 for movement. All right, so this is going to go for all creatures out here. So the Migo does move, and I'm going to go ahead and just move it 1 space forward here. It's actually going to move twice, so I'm going to move it here. Then we have the zombies don't move at all, so that's it. Just so you can see the cards. So that is that. And now no more event cards are possible because there's no more illuminated spots. They're going to go here, and we're going to draw 2 for movement again. So that Migo does move another spot forward. And now this is sort of important to move him correctly, because if he does move here and we go to attack this space, we would have to fight both of them. So just to be thorough, I'm going to use the movement rules that I have here for this, and for his movement, he's going to go left. So he will go here. So that's the thing. If I were to attack this spot, I would have to face both of those enemies at the same time. So no movement by the zombies. So there's nothing to worry about there. We got lots of enemies headed towards our base here. And they get to go again, but this would be their final turn. So let's hope for the best. Alright, the Migo moves 1, and no movement by those zombies. Wow, they do not move at all. So I'm going to go ahead and move him here. Alright, so that does it for that. And this is going to be our final turn. So I think it is my turn. So before I do anything, I'm going to use Jenny Appleseed here to flip 2 of our blighted farms. She would be removed from the game. And I'm going to flip these 2 farms over. So we have some farms now to score points with. And that doesn't cost me any time or anything. And then for my last thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 1 time here to go mining, because attacking this temple would get me 3 victory points. Attacking him and defeating him would get me 3 victory points. If I attack this temple right now, I have to face both of these. This temple would actually be good because I'd get 4 victory points, but I just don't have the military forces for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and mine that phosphate, and that would get me 3 victory points for the end of the game. So that is the end of the game and the playthrough. So how would endgame scoring work? Well, let's go ahead and figure it up real quick. Okay, so let's do final scoring real quick. For us, we're going to get 2 victory points per farm, so that's 4. Then we're going to get 6 points total for these phosphate, 3 each. That makes it 10. And if you add up these old ones that we collected here, that's going to be 16 points there. So that's going to make us 26. And then there was something interesting on the boardgamegeek.com. I asked a question about the rulebook, because in the back of the rulebook under solo mode, I'll pull that up right here, there is a victory point tokens valued listed here. Since I played on easy mode, we're going to get 8 points for that as a handicap, basically. And that brings me up to 34 total. So 34 total points. Now let's see what the old ones scored. And it's not going to be pretty, I'm going to tell you that right now. So what did the old ones score? Well, they're going to get 1 victory point for this blighted farm down here. Then they're going to get the victory point values that are on the face up old one. So every face up old one, they're going to get these exact points. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see that. So if you add up all that plus they're going to get points that for each face down old one. Now, these are worth double the points indicated on them. So if you flip these over, let me do that real quick, and you add these up, and you have to double these. So all this combined, and you can do the math if you want, but I've already done it. It's 63 points. So I just got creamed, 34 to 63. As you just saw, I lost pretty badly in my run through that I filmed here. And like I said earlier in the video at the very beginning, that I wish I would have filmed this playthrough here because I figured out some strategies that I thought worked pretty well. Like I said, the game is fun, I do enjoy it, but I wanted to share with you how this run through went. I actually won pretty well. I won 52 to 37. And I wanted to show you real quick kind of how that played out. So my strategy here was to get this airship early on because the airship has a 4 range to it where you can go off rail up to 4 hexes, and I was using it as sort of a little bit like recon. I would go out there, get some monsters flipped over to see what they are and attack them and see how it goes, but then retreat and then live to fight another day and then hit them again. What really helped me with that though is early on I got this card right here. This card says if you have an airship present in combat, you inflict 1 point of damage automatically. So I got lucky. I got the airship right away in the beginning, and I got this card, and I was kind of going out there, flipping monsters, doing a little bit of damage, maybe retreating if I had to, but a lot of times I could just hang in there and win because I also had like maybe an infantry with me or something like that that was also helping me a little bit. But anyways, that was sort of my strategy, and as you can see the board here, there's 2 farms here. I was able to also get this early where I was able to get some money from placing double farms, and that really helped me a lot too. As things went on, I also got this card where whenever an old one attacked a farm, it would suffer 2 damage. So that was key. As you can see, one of my farms still got blighted though, but that monster didn't last very long after this card came into play. And then this one here, my airships later on in the game got stronger where they took 3 damage to eliminate instead of just 2. So my airships were just strong all the way around, doing damage from this card, then, taking more damage from this card, and then I defeated so many enemies. And real quick, let me show you the temples that hurt me in the run through that you just watched is kind of the reason I lost, because I tried to attack this temple that popped up and I couldn't take it down, and sure enough the next card in the event deck for the monsters was to put a face up 3 old one on it, or level 3 old one on it. So then that monster started moving and it became a problem for me. But in this playthrough I was able to take out that temple really fast, and then another temple popped up later and I was able, let me flip these over, I was able to get this card and remove the second temple that popped up. I didn't get any victory points for it, but I was able to destroy it right away for a one-time use. So whenever an event came up to put a level 3 old one on a temple, there was no temples because no more popped up. I just had those 2. This guy I used early to take a specific card from the display. I think it was this one. When it came out pretty early, I grabbed it right away. So these are the cards that I did get. And also too, this one helped me a lot. I got 1 extra victory point for every old one that I eliminated. So if we look at the score here, all these combined that's 24 points right there, plus the 10 from him. So that really helped. That was 10 points because there's 10 old ones here. And then I got some farms and some VP here, and then the 8 points for the easy mode that I'm playing on. So you get 8 points right from the beginning. So that's 52 points. And then if you come out here, the old ones would score points for any face-up ones that were left, but there is none. Then they would score 1 point for each blighted farm. So they got 1 point down here. But then what we have to do is flip over these tiles here for the rest of their scoring, which I've already done, but I'm just doing it for you here. they get double points for all these. But once you add up everything that they got, it added up to 36 points, and I had 52. So I beat them pretty well this time. If I had to criticize the game at all, I would say that there's just one little thing missing for me in the solo mode that could really push this game to the next level. And the reason I say that is because I feel like there's just not enough time in the game to really push your railroad way out here. Because if you get stopped by any enemies or temples here and you can't break through, it's really tough. Like, and if you don't get the right personality cards at the right time, it's really tough to win this game. And I almost feel like it's a little dependent on hopefully you get the right personality cards out. Hopefully you get lucky with these damage cards and actually draw ones that help you. So there's a little luck involved with that for me. And also too, there's just something unsatisfying about not being able to push all the way out to the outback to even see what these monsters are out here, because these are the level 3 guys. And I defeated one or two, but I wanted to see what these were before the end of the game, and the game sort of just abruptly ends when you get to Space 53, and it's like, okay, time for in-game scoring. But don't get me wrong, I really do like the solo game. I think it is solid. I would imagine this game's probably just a little bit better with multiplayer instead of solo, but it is solid. It's a very solid solo game. I can't criticize it too much. I think they have a really good base here, but I think it just needs to be slightly fleshed out just a little bit more for the solo mode if you wanted to make it even better. But keep in mind, if let's say this Cthulhu was out here instead of one of these, let's say it was like that. Well, I lost. If I can't flip this over, that's 24 points that the old ones are going to get at the end of the game. And like I said, there's just something unsatisfying about not being able to fight Cthulhu, at least fight him once, or if not defeat him, or something, to feel like you really gotta win. But anyways, the game's great, but I just wanted to show you some strategies that I learned from playing a second time, where I was really focused on this whole airship thing, pushing to get cards that related to that airship. And then this guy I got right at the end of the game, which gave me a lot of extra victory points. So anyways, I'll let you guys go with that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next run through of a different game. Until then, peace out.